After a week off, it is good to be back with Buffs Prime Time once again here on the Colorado Football Network. Colorado coming off the bye week and a half, almost 2 weeks ago. Big win over number 21 Iowa State. Voice of the Buffs, Mark Johnson. Coach Prime, Deion Sanders joining us. By the way, Kevin Mathis and also Carter Stoutmire going to join us during our players segment. Well, you look tan and rusted and relaxed and everything after a week off.
I always look tan. But I'm rested. I had to go to my parents in L.A., then I went on to Texas to the ranch and got some R&R and really had a good time fishing and just overlooking the property, and it was beautiful.
Love it. Love it. You want to tell us more about the turtle? I'm fascinated by the turtle.
I cannot believe. First of all, I was fishing in it's like my third lake. It's like Lake Willie. I named it after my stepfather who taught me how to fish.
Nice.
It's probably a acre, little pond, with a water fountain in the middle of it. But I got a bunch of bass, hybrid bass, striped bass, bluegill, crappie. I get a little bit of everything in it. And I caught, I'm willing to then, as a fisherman, bass, bluegill. I could tell on the hit.
You can feel, yep.
But this was that was a heck of a pull. I was like, oh my God, this got to be a monster. Then when it was unusual, I'm like, what is this? I caught a turtle by its foot. I was fishing with a rattle trap.
Yeah.
And I caught the turtle by his foot and I pulled him in. And the turtle was huge. I mean, huge. And, I don't fish without the comfort of my partner, Nine.
I understand.
His name is Nine.
Yeah.
Okay. I don't fish without the comfort of that because, where I am, it's snakes, it's coyotes, it's wild hogs, it's everything.
Yep.
And let's just say the turtle didn't make it.
I came up at the press conference on Tuesday, and I had to ask
him. He didn't make it to see another day.
You remember the old American Sportsman with Kurt Gowdy?
Yes.
I think they need to recreate that, the American Sportsman with Coach Prime.
Yeah, I would like that. I would like that.
Take you out, let you fish in different areas.
Only thing about it, I can't shoot like a deer.
Yeah.
I can't.
You don't
And I got deer on the property, and I don't play that.
No interest in that.
I don't know. No. Now hogs, because they destroy your property.
Yes, they do.
If it's a harm to the property or anything, now I could handle that.
So there's a differentiation between taking a fish and taking a deer.
Yeah. Right. Fish is in the food group, right?
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, I'm prepared.
But you can't shoot Bambi. You can't do that.
I can't do it. And I got two families of deers that lives on the property, so I can't do it.
Yeah.
I can't do it.
As soon as you put names to them, you can't.
Yeah, I can't do it.
For them. There's no doubt.
I can't do it.
But from a team standpoint, how did you handle the bye week?
Oh my God, we worked our butts off before we left. We departed on Wednesday, but we had it was almost like a game for a lot of the players that don't necessarily get to play because I want them to show their stuff. And some of the guys we elevated. So you'll see them on special teams. You may see them on certain packages this week because of the way they performed in that scrimmage. And it gave us a lot of the quarterbacks opportunity to see how they progress. People always talk about development, but you don't give the young men time to development or a platform to develop.
Yeah.
Because during the season, you're trying to win. It really ain't time for development, but you got to involve that as well. And we had a wonderful scrimmage. We really did. And the guys responded tremendously. And it was good. It was good for the assistant coaches because the regular staffers went up top and just watched. And assistant coaches got an opportunity to run things.
Right. Tell me, you kind of flesh that out for me, that idea of having that scrimmage and allowing those guys who aren't getting snaps to be out there. They get taped that way?
It got taped. Yeah.
So what was the genesis of that? Why'd you come up with that?
I wanted them to feel like they recognized, man.
Yeah.
Like they work their butts off, and on Saturdays they don't get Saturdays.
Okay.
And they work their butts off helping us prepare for Saturdays. So I wanted them. That's why I invited the cheerleaders. That's why I wanted them in game uniforms. That's why I wanted them in the game mode. Like we're gonna stretch, we're gonna do pregame just like we do in a regular game. And now it's on you guys to go play.
And that kind of helps out the morale of everybody.
Yeah,
I think,
And some guys, like I made a statement which went viral, was that I'm not crazy enough to think that all you guys are going to stay.
Sure.
Some of you guys want to go for various reasons. But if that's the case, I want to help you. I want to develop some film for you, package it, make it look good, and send you on your way. If that's what you want to do. I'm not kicking you out.
Right.
But if you want to go, I want you to be happy because I don't want no one here that's unhappy.
We've talked before a little bit about how you've been ahead of the curve on kind of this new era of college athletics. There would be some that would look at it and say, is he escorting guys out the door when your viewpoint is – I'm helping guys prepare for whatever they want to do.
And I know what they want to do. Like, you got to be a fool if you think that you're going to retain 95% or 90% of your roster.
Yeah.
That's not going to happen.
No, not anymore.
Not anymore. So at least give them a platform, because I don't hate any kid. I don't dislike any kid. Even the ones that don't want to play, don't want to practice, just want to eat off NIL money, I still don't dislike you. I don't love you, but I don't dislike you.
Right.
But I understand their craziness and their delusion. So you got to at least assist them into going. You don't know, like, it's a lot of players that are gone that we make the calls for them.
Right.
To make sure they got with a team, because they were good here, but you wasn't on that level that you probably was going to play here. But I cared about you so much, we make the phone call to make sure you're somewhere playing.
So you're trying to grease the skids for them if they want to go somewhere.
There you go.
Yeah. Yeah.
And some of them do.
Right.
And you know that.
What did you want to accomplish during the bye week then? Coming off a win like you did.
I wanted the guys to get healthy. I wanted them to understand that we can. We got everything we need inside the corridors of this locker room, and it's like a statistics week. You give them certain statistics that says, if we do this, we win. Mm-hmm. If we do this, we win. Then you identify certain players, and you show, when you do this, we win. When you do that, if you don't do this, we win. So you kind of allow them to see a greater picture of what's transpiring here.
Did you left on Wednesday, so after workouts on Wednesday, did you give them a Thursday, Friday, Saturday off?
Yep.
Bring it back on Sunday?
You got to get back Sunday.
Yeah.
A couple guys didn't make it.
Yeah.
Consequences to it.
Sure, understand.
You will see those consequences.
Okay.
Because you're going to say, well, I wonder what, and that's why.
Yeah. In order to get healthy, as long as you played, you understand this. You never really get healthy during the season.
Something always hurt. Something hurting on me right now.
Yeah.
So it's, you never. Something's always going to be bothering you, but you got to understand there's a difference between being hurt and having an injury.
Right.
There's a difference.
Sure. And so guys got to learn to play through that kind of stuff. That's part of the mental toughness you're looking for.
That's part of it. That's part of life.
Go back to the game with Iowa State.
Mm-hmm.
Most complete game the Buffs have played this season?
Yeah.
Yeah.
From front to back. Yeah. Most definitely. But we're capable of that. We're capable of playing that caliber of football, and even better, because we made several mistakes in that game that we cannot make defensively as well as offensively and special teams. But we're capable of playing that caliber of football.
Valuable in terms of the teaching aspect of you see it, now continue doing it?
Yep. And laying it out for them to allow them to understand what they see, what they did, what they saw. These are the mistakes. Can we do better? Yep. You know why? Because we did better on this series. Can we do this? Yep. You know why? Because this is where we are in the red zone. This is our ranking in the red zone. So it's certain things that you got to go at them, but also you got to lift them back up and let them know you can do it.
I once asked you a while back here about momentum.
Mm-hmm.
How do you carry that through a bye week then?
I don't know if the word momentum is accurate for us. Okay. It's a consistency. Like, if we can carry the consistency of stopping a run, or we can carry the consistency of third down completions or red zone success, if we can carry the consistency of our special teams, those are the type of things you want to be consistent in. Then you want to challenge certain players. If you do this, we're going to win this game.
I got to ask you about a play in that game. Mm-hmm. 3rd and 16, late in the game.
Mm-hmm.
There's, you can sit there and slice it, say, okay, maybe we should punt, give it to them, try to have our defense stop. That was a heck of a call.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Long pass play over the middle.
Yeah.
Joseph Williams makes the catch.
Makes the catch.
Take us kind of into
we knew we had what we wanted, the look.
Right.
So when you had the look that you want, it's all a read and a throw. Like we've done this 100 times. Yeah. And if you look back on the tape, I'm saying, guys, we're going to get this first down. We do what we got to do. The game is over. If not, we're going to put the defense out there, and we're going to have to be stout.
Yeah.
And we hit it. Game over. Now all we got to do is run out the clock.
Is that a call that Pat's making comes down to you, and you say, okay, no, I want to go for it in this situation?
Well, it's third down, so we're going to have to do what we got to do.
Yeah.
But to attempt to try to attain the first down instead of set us up for a better situation to punt, we got to take a shot.
Right.
But you got to be careful and understand. Don't throw no interception right here.
Right.
Don't turn this ball over. So it can't be hit or miss. It got to be, we're going to hit this, and we're not going to be careless with the ball.
That puts a lot of trust in your quarterback's hands, doesn't it?
Yeah, but it helps him understand that we believe in you. but there's parameters on this thing right now. Like everybody knows how to drive, but you know, there's those bumps in the middle of the road, like
Sure.
to remind you.
the speed trap.
Yeah, to remind you.
Do you say anything to him before that play, or do you just?
Yeah, I said something to the whole offense before that play because I wanted them to understand how vital the situation was, and we're gonna put this game away right here, and you gotta embed confidence in them. Sometimes Bucky get the timeout conversations,
Right.
and sometimes you don't want to play the timeout conversations.
There can be interesting,
Yeah.
emotional
Dynamics
conversations.
very emotional.
Joseph Williams made that catch, had a monster game against Iowa State. Buffs getting ready to take on Utah this weekend because Prime and I both love the 8:15 games. We got another one this week, so we're looking forward to that one in Salt Lake City. I want to come back and talk about Joseph, talk about Utah as they get ready for the Rumble of the Rockies this weekend. We're back in a moment here on Buffs Prime Time. This is Colorado Football from Learfield. I'm here to Colorado Football Network. Our show brought to us by Aflac. It help with expenses that health insurance doesn't cover. Visit Aflac.com to learn more. One more segment with Coach Prime here, and then Kevin Mathis coming up, and also one of our safeties, Carter Stoutmire, going to join us here. He's coming back from being dinged up a little bit. You and I were talking during the break, and there was a great video that came out the other day. Michael Jordan talking with Mike Tirico. Mm-hmm. And they told a story of Mike renting a house for the Ryder Cup, and the family asked him, hey, we've got a basketball court. Would you take a free throw for us? And because he hadn't picked up a basketball in years, which is surprising in and of itself, he said he was nervous about that. But one thing I thought was interesting I wanted to ask you. Tirico asked Jordan about, do you miss the game? Mm-hmm. And Jordan talked about missing that competitive,
that's it.
Interaction.
You don't miss the game.
Do you find that?
Well? I don't miss the game. Right. I miss the challenge
right.
that the game presented me. And as men, you find other escapes to give you that. Coaching is that for me.
Yeah.
Fishing is that for me because I'm in the competition. I got to get that fish. I got to catch that fish. I got to present the right lure and all that. So you find things to give you that thing that drove you to be who you are.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because it's something that you kind of have to manufacture, though, isn't it? Because there's something very raw about, okay, you go out there and you get across from Michael Irvin or whoever it is. I mean, that's one-on-one stuff.
Yeah, that.
Yeah.
And see, the thing about it, I take it even farther. As a coach, you try not to hold these guys accountable to how you thought and how you felt. Right. Because now you turn into that killer. You turn into you ain't catching a ball. Like, you ain't nothing. And when you throw it, the ball is for me. Yeah. And then I could get upset with us just breaking up passes and not going to get the ball. I could get upset with not having that passion and that study habit ability that you want to know everything about this offense and dissect this thing. So when there's emotion, you already know what play is coming. I get upset with that, but I can't hold these young men accountable to how I performed or how my compadres perform when they played the game.
Yeah.
It's tough.
There were stories about Michael kind of creating in his own mind things that would compete in games. Did you do that kind of thing?
I didn't need to create.
No?
No, because it wasn't I ain't need no playbook. I knew I was guarding every week. Yeah, I ain't need that.
Right.
We playing the Cowboys, Mike Irvin. Okay. You playing the 49ers, Jerry Rice. Like, you knew who you had each week, the weekend. Those were dogs. And in my era, the difference was not only did we have great receivers, we had a great quarterback throwing to that great receiver.
That's right, yeah.
We had a Hall of Famer throwing to a Hall of Famer.
Right.
And then the guy in the backfield was a Hall of Famer.
Right,
so
right.
I could argue that all day. That was the difference.
Guys like you that that were killers on the playing service, right? That just you fed off that kind of thing. Mm-hmm. Did you want to make sure that I've got Irvin this week, pick your great receiver? You wanted that guy?
Yeah, it ain't what I wanted. Is what that was going to be done. Yeah, that was the standard. Like, that's what I was paid and hired to do. I was a paid assassin. I was that guy. Like, are you bringing me over here, the San Francisco 49ers? So you bringing me over here for Mike Irvin? That's right. Because that's the only team that's beating you guys.
Right.
So now so Jerry. So you bringing me over here for Jerry Rice? so that was the understanding.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it was a way that every week I want the best guy out there because that's what
That's what the fans expect. That's what the guys expect. I remember doing a press conference when we were getting ready to play against the Falcons, and it was bitter because I left, and those guys were my boys, and they were hurt, and they didn't know how to deal with the pain.
Sure.
And they said some things about me, and I can remember the press conference of me saying, I wish everybody could get off the field, and me and Andre could go one-on-one so you could see what was up. You know what kind of statement that is?
Right.
Could you imagine somebody saying that today? I wish everybody could get off the field, because now you can't wait to see this matchup on Sunday.
And that game was explosive when you and he were at it.
Yeah, because that was my brother.
Yeah.
And I love him, and we've cried together since then. We prayed together. I follow him. He follows me. He's been here several times. Love him. Background. I was watching film today on some college kids, high school kids, and you want to see and you want to know that. So when you're telling your recruiting team, you're like, look, Go to the barbershops, go to the hood, go to the country, go to wherever you need to do to find out about this kid, who he is, how he ticks, what makes him him. Is he a dog? Is he a cat? Because if he was a cat when he was young, he's still a cat. I'm looking for dogs.
Yeah.
So you got to find out those intangible things so we don't find out those things up under the light on the big stage. You don't want to find out those things in practice. You want to find out those things before they even come because you don't even want them if they don't fit the criteria of what you want in a young man.
We just saw Travis have his first 100-yard game last weekend, and it is elevating very quickly in the NFL. You knew that was going to happen. How quickly did you, when you met him, did you identify that characteristic?
Travis wanted it day one.
Did he?
Day one, he was the first one to go out there to guard the receiver, and then he jumped over after he came back and jumped out there at receiver. Yeah. So you know who's that first guy that goes up there. When we do one-on-one, who's going to be that first DB to go up there and say, I got him. Yeah. Yeah, who's going to be? If we're in a game plan, we forgot who we're playing last season, or the first year we're here.
Yeah.
Travis stood up in the back. I got him.
Give me their number one.
We're doing a scout report, and they were talking about this guy. This is their main receiver. I got him. Yeah. So the whole team's like, I said, that's how he gets down, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you see after the game the other day, he went up to Devontae Adams and Stafford, the quarterback, and said, hey, congratulations. He walked away. They had those two guys. Stafford looks at him and goes, that's a good kid.
Yeah.
And Adams goes, oh, he's outstanding.
Yeah, but he probably should have been on Devontae Adams for those 3 touchdowns that he scored.
He probably should have. Probably should have been.
Could somebody have thought of that?
I want to ask you about Joseph Williams the other day. He had a very big game. Made that big catch we just talked about.
Yeah.
And you see kind of his game coming?
I don't see it coming. It's been there.
Been there?
We got to do a better job of getting him the ball and getting him in certain situations where he has one-on-ones, where he's doing a great job of he gets open, he creates separation, he's physical. I'm not going to say he's fast, but he knows how to create separation. He's been the same way since the day one, since he's gotten here.
How do you create – you just said something that's interesting. How do you – if you're not fast, how do you create separation?
Route running, breaks, cuts in and out of breaks. Has he separate? I mean, coming off the ball right, keeping your body weight low when you're coming out of breaks. You're not too high. You're not getting the hands off of. And so many other factors. It's not just about speed. It's not just about some of the things people think it's about. Some of the 4'6", 4'7", 40-time receivers are the one who probably gave me the most trouble when I played in the game.
Well, just thinking about guys you mentioned, Rice wouldn't be considered a speed guy.
He's 4'6".
Irvin wasn't either.
Yeah, probably was 4'6" as well, but they ran that every play.
Okay. So
every single down from the first quarter to the fourth quarter, they were that guy. So it wasn't a 4'6", then a 4'7", then a 4'8". No. The first quarter it was 4'6". Second quarter, 4'6".
Yeah.
It was every play that they ran. They did it at full speed.
So the route running can be that effective, being precise in what you do.
Yes. Yeah. It is. And learning how to create separation and learn how to use your hands as well.
Utah this weekend. I know you've got a great deal of respect for Kyle Whittingham. What he's doing.
Coach Whittingham he's like the role model of this conference. Consistent, tough. His team resembles who he is, what he is, how he is. He's been doing it for I don't know how long, but the consistency of how he's been doing it, especially in win-loss. I mean, how many? Maybe a couple, 3 losing seasons in its totality is unbelievable. So he is that guy that I have the utmost respect for, and his team is going to go out there and play hard and play physical and play tough all the way to the end. That's why we had to change the level and the physicalness of practice.
There are questions about who they play quarterback. Does that affect how you prepare what you?
No, you're going to prepare, but certain quarterbacks do certain things. The left-hand guy, you got to understand. So that coordinator, now he turns to be a lefty. So now when you're down by the goal line, you instead of them bootlegging to the right that you always see, ladders, a flat corner, all to the right. Now that may go to the left.
Yeah. So
you just got to understand those type of things when they're out there on the field. You're dealing with a left-hand guy.
As this season rolls on, and we're sitting here now 3-4 at this point. Every game, it's like the stakes kind of raise every week, don't they?
It is because you're playing teams that it seems like every team in the Big 12 is capable of winning, capable of beating you, and there are no ducks. Oftentimes, it comes down to quarterback play, stopping the run, as well as not surrendering anything deep or cheap. That's normally what it comes down to.
Have you seen this team as it grows this year, the leadership kind of rising to the top?
I'm not going to say that.
Okay.
You still want certain guys to step up and step out from amongst the crowd and show leadership ability. Just because a guy's a really good player, that does not mean he's a leader. He's just a really good player. And sometimes that's cool. Sometimes it's not. Sometimes that's all right. I'm cool with that.
Yeah.
But we do certainly need more guys to step up. But you got to understand, in this generation, stepping up means you're stepping out into the light. So you better have your game together because everybody's watching. So you can't step up and want to be a leader, but you're not practicing hard. You're flunking classes. You on list being late and tardy. You can't do that because everyone's watching that. And that's not a leader. That's just a good player.
False bravado, it kind of becomes.
Well, it's just a good player. It's not a leader.
Yeah. Can an average player be a leader on your team?
Yes. Yes. We got some players that, I'm not going to say they're average. They may not have exceptional speed, exceptional notoriety or physicality, but they do a great job of doing what they're supposed to do, being where they're supposed to be, and doing it with everything they have.
Yeah. A guy that I see just growing by leaps and bounds is Jordan Seaton. And we talked about it. He witnessed what Shador, Travis, Shaw, those guys had. So you see him just growing and growing?
They took him up under their wings, and he saw some vital things. He saw not only the way they worked at practice, the way they prepared and studied, but he saw lifestyle. And you got to understand, a lot of kids that came from the inner city or in impoverished situations, they want that lifestyle. But they got to understand that lifestyle costs. It ain't free. Yeah. It costs you work, sacrifice, pain, misfortune. It costs you so many things that you got to be willing to sacrifice that stuff to go get it.
Well, the Buffs getting ready to take out Utah on Saturday. I'm telling you, we're going to wrap up the same way we started. I know you got a lot of endorsement deals already, but I'm telling you, American Sportsman with Coach Prime, I like the ring to it.
I need to know.
We got to get.
I'm really thinking about getting a couple horses.
Are you?
But I want comfortable. Okay. I don't need nobody's gonna win the Kentucky Derby with me on the back.
Just want something nice and safe.
So what? Because I've been looking it up, and there's too many darn different type of horses out there.
There's a lot going out there.
What would you recommend?
Well, we got to get to a break, but it's a nice quarter horse. I've got some people I can put you in touch with.
Quarter horse.
Quarter horse.
That's what
that's what's
so I don't want a regular color. I want different.
Oh, you're looking for a different color on top of it.
Yeah.
Okay. We can. I got some people I can introduce you to.
You got me?
I do, yeah.
Right.
I got some folks we can introduce you to. Okay. Take care of you.
You know somebody that knows somebody that knows somebody.
You gotta be connected.
Yes,
right. I'm connected in that regard. Hey, good luck this week.
Thank you, sir.
All right. Coach Prime of the Buffs will take out Utah 8:15 on Saturday night. And we're gonna hit the air at 6 o'clock, Coach and I. Coming up next, Kevin Mathis, safety coach for the Buffaloes. He'll join us after break. This is Colorado football from Learfield. Buffs fans, get game day ready with Taco Bell Buffs Box for just $7. You'll score 4 Taco Bell Classics and a large fountain drink with a collectible cup featuring Juju Lewis, Traylon Miller, Jordan Seaton, Quentin Gibson. Big flavor, big value, built for Buffs fans. Only at participating Colorado Taco Bell locations. Live Moss, hand by the Hiltons on Canyon. Game day in Boulder starts right here. Embassy Suites and Hilton Garden in Boulder. Official partners of Colorado Athletics. We continue on Buffs Prime Time here. Time for the assistant segment. Kevin Mathis, secondary coach, joining us. We're all still going to hear from Carter Stoutmire coming up here in a few minutes. All right, bye week. What does that mean for a guy in your position? Recruiting?
Recruiting.
Yeah.
Recruiting. On that, always on the road.
That just never ends, does it?
It never ends. You know what I'm saying? It's good sometimes bad, but had a good time to get out there and see these guys at their own element, in their own hometowns and go visit the house. It's pretty good.
With as digital as everything's gotten and all the things we do online now and all that kind of thing, is the face-to-face shaking the hand still kind of what the foundation of recruiting is?
I think it is, especially when you got young guys coming out of high school. You really want to get down there and see where they come from and, how the people in the community interacts with them and, what they think and all that. So being able to see them there is a lot different than just them coming here and seeing all the good stuff that we have here. But, seeing them in their own element and see how they act. It's good.
The other aspect about it is, we live in a world of hyperbole, right, where everyone's blowing up bigger than life because of what social media does. How has that affected your evaluation? So we know what the hype is, but you want to know exactly what you might be getting if you get a player. How do you do that evaluation?
And I think that's the main reason why you have to go to those schools, where you can get in, get one-on-one with the coaches and being able to see how the guy practices and, how he interacts with his other teammates. Being able to talk to his teammates and see what type of guy he is. Those things you can't see on social media. So it's important that you get down there and try to really get the ins and outs of what the kid is and what he's about to see if it's going to fit your program.
Yeah. Prime was just talking here. We were talking about looking for dogs out there, and do they have that killer instinct and all those things you want? Is that the toughest thing to evaluate? I mean, it's easy to tell. Okay, he's 6'2", he weighs 210 pounds, he runs a 4.4, whatever it might be. Is that the toughest thing to really determine?
It really isn't. That's why you got to have good conversations, hard conversations with these guys to try to really figure out what's deep down inside of them. That's where the dog is. It's deep down inside. It's not, when everything is going good, you playing good. It's, how do you handle adversity? How do you come back when things are not going your way during the game? Are you going to still fight when you're losing? You know what I'm saying? And those type of things that you really got to you got to take time to try to figure out if that's the type of guy that you're looking for.
Is it different between evaluating the high school kid as the kid in the portal? Because you've seen him play at this level?
Yeah, I think being that the portal window is so short compared to a high school guy where you can see and you can contact him all during the year, it's different. You kind of get to, get a chance to know the kid in the portal. It's just like shooting craps, you see the good stuff that they put on the film and highlights. Me and you can have a great 5-star highlight film.
That's exactly right.
So you really can't tell until you get them in the building to see, how they act with the competition and all that other stuff.
Also, I've talked with some other coaches about this, about when you get the kid in, you try to evaluate, why is he here? Is he here because of the exposure Colorado has? Is he here because of NIL? Or is he here because he loves the game of football? You got to evaluate that aspect of it too, don't you?
That's the main part of it. You got to figure that out in a short period of time, But once he gets here, you want the culture, to take over where he buys into what we are doing here. And even if he's not that guy, he will become that guy because you have strong leadership and your culture is so good that it can transform him into being a better player than he was when he got here.
I want to ask you about some of the guys and what they've been playing for you. Tawfiq Bayard, who has really put together a string of pretty nice games. Finally got that pick here a couple weeks ago now against Iowa State. Talk about the way he's kind of developed and what you see from him.
Oh, man, he's come a long way. When we got him, we knew he was a smart kid. We knew that he wasn't the fastest, wasn't the strongest, but he has heart and he has that dog in him that he's going to do whatever he needs to do to make sure that we don't lose the game. He's a captain on the football field. He's the quarterback of our defense. He's pretty much the heart and soul. As he goes, that defense is going to go. So we're proud of him. and I know he still got a lot of stuff that he wants to get accomplished, that we will get accomplished, and he's just gonna keep working hard every day.
He's got. It might have something to do with that number 7 jersey. Do you think?
I think when it has a lot to do with it because before 7, Cam came back for the game. Taufik had been playing just okay, and they had a talk. He said, "Hey man, you got that 7 out there. You got to represent. And pick it up." And ever since then, man, he's able to his game has been stepping up, and they kind of talk every other week. So it's kind of good for him to get another opinion of somebody who's been there, and been the same type of player on this team. You know what I'm saying? He's stepping up to being that guy.
It's interesting. Robert Livingston and I chat every week, as I do with both coordinators, and he made a comment one time early in the season when the defense was struggling a little bit. He said, "We miss Cameron Silverkeg," and I looked at him. I said, "Really?" And he said, "Mark, yeah, we had." They're other extremely talented. Travis Hunter, the Heisman Trophy winner, on and on and on. But he said Cam was the guy that pulled it together. I don't think fans understood how valuable Cam was when he was here.
I don't think they did either. And then some of the teammates really didn't understand how valuable he was until he's gone.
Yeah. Okay.
You never know what you really, what you're missing until it's gone. But and it was probably like that at the beginning of the season. But now they can see Taufik really taking upon himself to be that guy. It's all the little things that he does, and like I just said, he's not the fastest guy out there. He's not the biggest, but he does have the biggest heart, and he does have the IQ to run this defense, man. And without him, man, tell him what we would be.
We're going to chat with Carter Stoutmire, who's coming back after getting dinged up a little bit. Talk a little bit about his play.
And hey, that guy right there. We talk about practice. He's the guy that you really want to set the tone in practice. There's never a time that he doesn't go out there and give full speed and be where he wants to be. But what they don't understand about Carter, he's a student of the game.
Is that right?
And when you put him and Taufik together, man, they understand the football IQ, and they understand the game plan. They up there with us, helping us out with the game plan, saying what they like and what they don't like. And when you have those two guys on the field that are like coaches on the field, it just makes the defense run a lot smoother.
Yeah. Those two guys sitting back there and kind of having the broad view of everything out there, are they making calls in this defensive system?
They making calls, and the good thing about those two, when they're not with us watching film, they're watching film with each other, so they got an understanding on what they're looking for, and the communication is great when they two are out there together.
Yeah. I always thought that, all my years in college athletics, when you know that guys are maturing and becoming great players, there's two things they seem to begin to understand. Number one is the film study, the mental aspect of what they deal with. The second is, I need to take care of my body.
Correct.
Is that a truism, do you think? When the guys start realizing those two things, they're kind of becoming, you've got to reach in their potential, don't you think?
Yes, sir. I'm saying that's the main thing that you got to get over to those guys. That your best ability is availability. All right, in order to be available, you got to take care of your body. You got to get enough sleep. Yeah. You got to make sure you're eating right. Those type of things that you beat your body up pretty much during the season, but you got to make sure you're taking the proper steps with your with massages and things like that to make sure you're available on Saturday.
Yeah. All right, this weekend we got to be on the road. We're in Salt Lake City. Another late game, 8:15, 6 o'clock pregame on the radio network. The University of Utah, they've got a tradition under Kyle Whittingham, physicality, and when you play Utah, you're in a football game. Tell us what you see from Utah offensively.
You're exactly right. I'm saying those guys are going to do what they do, and they want to run the ball and hit you over with deep shots every now and then, but they're going to be physical. The receivers going to be physical, the running back going to be physical, and the offensive line are going to be physical. So in order for us to beat them, we got to match that physicality. All right, and I think we're going to be up for the show with that.
When they've got a mobile quarterback, we've seen a number of them so far this year, whether it's Dampier playing or whether it's Ficklin playing, whichever one is out there, how does that change things from a safety perspective, knowing that quarterback might take off and run anytime?
It becomes 11-on-11 football. So now you got to lock up on the corners. It's going to be a lot of pressure on those guys on the outside because we need that safety to be in the run fit to be able to handle that quarterback that's going to be running that most of the time he's not accounted for. Yeah. So we're going to depend a lot on the corners to do what they need to do and make sure that safety has his eyes on the quarterback.
All right. Going to be a big one on Saturday night. The Buffaloes and the Utes of Utah. Appreciate you being here, Kim.
Thank you, my
All
man.
right, appreciate you. All right, we're talking to one of his guys, Carter Stoutmire. We just talked about. We'll chat with him in our player segment coming up next here on the Buffalo Stampede on Buffs Primetime. Back in a moment. This is Colorado football from their field. Primetime is brought to us by Aflac. Get help with expenses health insurance doesn't cover. Visit Aflac.com to learn more. Back on Buffs Primetime, voice of the Buffs, Mark Johnson. Safety, Carter Stoutmire joining us, number 23. First off, how was the bye? You got back home a little bit?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Got my body back underneath me.
There you go.
Got to see family, eat some good food. No more I can ask for.
There's nothing like no better medicine than getting home and seeing the family a
Yes,
little
sir.
bit, right? Yeah.
No doubt.
Yeah. What'd you do when you're back home? Taking a high school football game or anything? Or
I went back home, went back to my high school, talked to the young kids for a little bit.
There you go.
Saw some family, just chilled out.
Love it.
Yes,
love
sir.
it. So you've been dinged up a little bit. You feeling better now?
Yes,
Yeah.
I had a little shoulder injury, but I'm back fully healthy now, ready to go for Utah.
Yeah. Coming off that game against Iowa State, nice win for the Buffs. Can we is that kind of a springboard, do you think, for this team?
Yeah, I feel like it gave us juice going into the bye, and now we're able to go make a run for the end of the season. Being able to finish 8-4, end up in a really good bowl game.
There you go.
And I just think the team is just, the morale is way a lot better than what it was, I'd say, before the Iowa State game, I feel.
A win like that, it kind of shows because, we've been so close against very good teams. One possession games, last 2-3 minutes. It kind of shows the razor-thin margin for victory, doesn't it?
Yep.
I mean, the difference between losing and winning is making a couple of plays, isn't it?
Yeah, it always comes down to a few plays within the game, especially for us. So if we just happen to be on the good side of making those plays, we'll usually end up winning those games, which will happen against Iowa State. Like the biggest plays of the game, Amari's fourth down stop, and then Tawfiq's pick, obviously. That really got our mojo going for the rest of the game.
How do you like playing alongside Tawfiq Byard?
Love it.
Yeah?
Love it.
Tell me about kind of playing with him and what kind of guy he is.
Reminds me a lot of Cam.
Is that right?
Cerebral, very physical. We're able to just talk back and forth, just knowing, make sure each other's on the same page. We both think alike mentally. Yeah. And we're just able to feed off each other. Some things I see, and then I'm able to just tell him things he sees, able to tell me. So we're able to just go 1A, 1B there.
As safeties, being in the back end of that defense and kind of having the broad view of everything in front of you, is there a lot of responsibility on you guys to communicate to everybody on defense?
Oh yeah, it all falls on us. We take that responsibility. We don't want to put that on linebackers. They already got a lot going on. So we're able to see the whole formation. So we'll put that on us to be able to communicate, get out to the corners, both sides, especially that far side corner. He's usually the one that's going to be the last one to get the call. So we put that on us for sure.
When did you figure out as a young player, when you got in high school, you guys are always the best athletes on the field, right? You get here and you begin to understand it's more than just physicality out here. It's mental. When did you learn that as a young player?
My freshman year.
Is that right?
I say during camp. That's what really gave me an edge my freshman camp, being able to learn the game from a mental aspect. More than just going out there and just playing. It's way more than just physical. Just being able to diagnose formations, seeing route concepts as they happen, being able to maybe jump certain things before it happens just because you have the mental edge over your opponent.
Do you enjoy film study?
I do.
Is there?
I do.
Yeah.
Yep. I grew up in a football family, so film is all I did growing up. Yes, sir.
Okay, yeah. Dissecting, understanding offenses. Yeah.
Yes, sir. Love film.
I'd imagine as a high school guy, you played the offensive side, right?
I did.
Yeah?
I did. I didn't have the best hands, as y'all can see, but hey, they'll put me in every now and then.
Wait a second. Are you telling me that's how you end up being a defensive back, is being a receiver without good hands?
No, nah. Coming out of middle school, I remember me and my dad, we went to a camp, and then we saw the lines, compared the lines, the receiver lines
there you go.
to the DB lines.
There
saw
you
how much
go.
longer it was over that receiver. So I was like, let's go DB.
Hey, good luck this weekend.
Yes,
all right?
sir.
All right. Carter Stoutmire and the Buffaloes will take on Utah on Saturday right here on the Colorado Football Network.